you?
Background is gorgeous. Excuse my plainness.
No, girl, listen. You know what? I have been around the room, around my house, trying to figure out and find a good background that I can use. Because I look at other people and I'm like, y'all stuff look good. So I was in the dining room and half of my picture was cut off. So I was like, okay, I ain't gonna do that. Then when I was downstairs in the basement, my son Zarin put up girl, look, we done took a shower curtain. We done had the shower curtain, all right? And it looked good, but now they are, we painted down there and my husband's getting the carpet today. So we're redoing the office down there. So I can't be down there today. Otherwise I would have had my backdrop. So I said, okay, well, I'm just gonna go in the room. We're gonna do it right here. So
that's pretty. I like it. It's outside this door. I'm in the bedroom. It's dogs and kids and a lot going on. So I had to find. I'm like, there's the window. Could use the window is actually pretty, but it's the light is
yeah. That's the thing.
Yes, I said, well, this is the only space that I have where it's far enough away so you don't hear the noise behind the door. It's far enough away from the door. I said, we just got a white background today. That's what we're doing.
Girl, that is all right with me. Well, here, I'm going to give you the rundown so that I'm going to make sure I set my timer so that we are in good shape. Okay, so I'm going to ask you a couple things that I want. This is really an opportunity for us to promote Taralyn Singletary, ultimate release book, but also Taralyn's coaching that you do. And so we want to make sure that we share the website, share what you're doing. I will ask you, because I'm asking everybody kind of at the start, is what C are you using during this COVID-19? Are you creating? Are you connecting? Are you conversating? What C are you using during this time? Dealing with that, dealing with the issue of everybody has a lot of time now and kind of how
I got to delay it.
I know. You know what? I just saw that. Let's see something.
Yeah. Am I delayed for you?
Say that again.
Do you get a delay from me?
You know what? I haven't gotten a delay. I saw me go like, and then I got a message on my computer screen. It was like I froze for a second and then it came back. But I haven't gotten any delays with you at all. No. So is there anything, Taralyn, that you want to share or anything that you want to make sure that we hit on or touch on? Make sure that I steer a question in that direction so that we make sure we include it.
Not necessarily. I kind of, I used to do radio and stuff like that. So I like for the conversations to evolve organically.
Okay.
I think some of the questions, the things that you ask me, I'll get the opportunity to kind of go off into some things that I want to say. But no, I don't really think. I think when I start talking a little bit about myself and a little bit about the book and coaching, I think everything pretty much about me that's pertinent.
Okay, awesome. All right, well, let me get my little timer up and then we'll dive in so that we can make sure that we are timely and you get to where you need to be on time. All right. So, and then we'll just flow. Hello, everyone. This is Michelle Guines, founder, CEO of Purpose Publishing. You know, I am doing these Let's Connect sessions with authors within our Purpose Publishing house. And so today I'm actually talking with Taralyn Singletary, who is an author, a coach. Taralyn, if you were introducing Taralyn to your friends, how would you introduce her?
Hey. Taralyn Singletary, as you mentioned, I am an author. I am a certified life coach. I'm also a speaker. But I think most importantly, I'm just your girl next door, just like everybody else. I have my profession that I do where I love working with people, but I also too just like just real, down to earth. And so that's just it.
Yeah, no, that's what I love about you, which I think is a lesson. Taralyn, I want you to, because this is going to be new to some, we are presenting to some that you just finished your first book, The Ultimate Release. Yay! So proud of you. So proud of you. So I want you to tell some of the listeners, tell our listeners and those who are tuning in, give them a sneak peek of who you are, what this book is all about, and how it can help them.
Well, the ultimate release, I like to call that a book that's all about foundational building and support within your life. I decided to write this book because throughout the course of coaching, I started to notice a common thread amongst clients that I worked with. And even if everyone had a different journey within their life, the common thread that I saw was how we process and deal with human emotion. I may not be able to relate to your journey, Michelle, but at some point in time, most of us have all felt the same way. And so
Yeah.
the ultimate release, I offer and share a little bit of my story, and not so much so, like I said, that anyone will be able to relate to my journey, but that emotion and how to process that and how that shows up at different stages in your life, depending on where the foundation of your life is, how that foundation was set. Maybe someone might even, they might not know where their foundation is, but this book will take you on that journey. And throughout the course of the journey within the book, you'll get to learn a little bit about some tools that you could use that might be helpful to you if you're trying to sort out some of those things within your life.
No, you know what? That is pivotal. I remember, and you probably have heard, there was a big thing, and I think it's out there where people were dealing with what they called emotional intelligence and how people dealt with emotion in the workplace, and and how do you present, package it, and that type of thing. And I like the approach that you take as it relates to we all have had an experience, and we've probably all felt the same way, because people remember how you made them feel, right? And so I think I love the ultimate release it does, and the tools. There are tools that you can use. There's some things that you can do, which I think is a blessing. So how did you come up with that? What made you even look at it in a way of these are some tools that I can have in my arsenal?
I think what brought the whole concept of the book to life for me, because me personally, I got to a space where I needed to do a, if you think of your body, your temple, as a space where things are housed, there are things that you take in and you put in your
Mm-hmm.
temple. Things that were already there. Some of those things probably came about from when you were younger and just coming up as a child and different things within your family. So within that temple, you end up with a lot of stuff. I had to get to a space where I had to decide how much of that stuff was things that I actually put there, as opposed to things that were just there and I don't even remember when they got there. And so
Right.
when God gave me the idea for the book, the concept for the book, when I started to write and put together some of the different things in my life, I realized, you know what? I had gone through a process where I had connected some dots to learn some lessons, but God wanted a bigger, grander picture for me. If you have 10 different things that you've learned throughout life and you put together lessons to learn each one of those things, what if you took and put all of those 10 things together for a bigger, grander scope of what God wants you to know about your life? So that's pretty much what happened with putting together the concept of this book. I was instructed or guided toward, if you will, taking and making a bigger, broader picture and sharing that process with other people. So I hope all that made sense.
Yeah, no, it does. And I think, and like you said, taking it and putting it in a broader scope, I think that makes a lot of difference for people. So that's fantastic. So when you about being a coach, and Taralyn, so kind of take us through, I know a few people that are life coaches, but kind of when would someone know that a life coach may be a tool that they need?
Oh, absolutely. And that is a great question. A lot of the times, people that I run across, they get therapy and coaching confused. you know, which
Mm-hmm.
for me, I think that as far as life coaches go, or myself specifically, if you're at a space in your life where you're looking for some direction, but not necessarily in the depth of clinical, maybe
Mm-hmm.
someone objective and on the outside to help you put some pieces together and also help to be accountable with you consistently. Therapy can sometimes kind of be detached for people because you have a
Mm-hmm.
process where you go to a certain point, but from what I'm hearing from a lot of clients that I've worked with is that the therapy situation for them is something where they go to a certain point, but then they kind of steer away because it's not as personal and not as one-on-one as say a life coach would be. If you want something where you're going to have somebody who can be a companion with you, and it's something that can be continual and you can kind of have your personal relationship with, then I think a life
Mm-hmm.
coach would be something good for you. Because I mean, I can say too, I've had therapy before, and I've had coaches before. I even have a coach now. I prefer the more personal relationship that I was able to get with my coach, as opposed to when I had my therapist. This have a relationship there, but it didn't have the depth that I've
Yeah.
had with
No, that's good. You know what? And I encourage people, you know what? There are things that you need, just like we go to church and we have a pastor that kind of sows into us and provides a spiritual aspect to
this.
help brighten our lives or to help us strengthen our relationship with Christ and understanding, but a life coach, you said some things that are key, having somebody like a personal companion that's working on this journey with you, but it's also holding you accountable. They're objective, so they're not, this is your cousin and y'all having a discussion about people in the family. This is somebody who's completely outside of that. They're just focused, helping you to focus and stay accountable to what it is that you want to accomplish in your life. Bring that over for my daughter just brought me in something. And so I think that's absolutely a necessity. So when people are looking at tools, so they got the old release, Taralyn Singletary. Taralyn, tell us, where can they find you? How can they find you online?
My website, TaralynSingletary.com. You can go there. You can definitely purchase the ultimate release if you'd like, but also too, I'm a writer. So I'm always blogging and sharing different aspects of the foundational teaching that I think is pretty much something that's valuable to everybody out there. So you can get to learn more about my content and me and purchase books there, but also too, I am on Facebook and Instagram, and both of those are at Just Taralyn. So you can find me there as well. And I definitely look forward to connecting with some of you guys that are out there watching this. It would be exciting to get the opportunity to connect. And also, too, I haven't started it just yet, but it'll be at the end of this week. There will be a Facebook group that will be associated with the Ultimate Release, and it will be entitled The Ultimate Release. So if you do at Ultimate Release on Facebook, you'll be able to get my Facebook page. Actually, it's the public page, but then I'll have a private group where we can do some in-depth chat, that's going to be within that bubble, a little bit more private. You can
Yeah.
connect on, ask me questions, things like that, and just have some fun getting our foundations tight together.
Yeah, nice. I love it, Taralyn. I swear the time always goes by so quick whenever I am doing these. I've got the clock running here and we're down to 45 seconds. I'm like, where is the time? We didn't even get all our time in. But I'm so glad to have this time with you, and we'll have to do it again. But again, for those of you tuning in, this is Taralyn Singletary. You can check her out online at TaralynSingletary.com or check her on Facebook or Instagram at Just Taralyn, and stay tuned because she's going to be opening up a new Facebook group for the Ultimate Release book, and so she'll be kind of deep diving and kind of sharing some things and talking to people and holding them accountable to some stuff. So be looking for that. Taralyn, is there anything else that we need to make sure that we get in before we hang up today?
No, I think we've actually been pretty thorough. I think the only thing that I believe everyone with is, hey, it does not matter where you are. You can always start from today.
All right. I love that, Taralyn. Be blessed. Thank you so much for tuning in. Good to see you. And so
Having me.
much. Yes, amen. I love it. I love it. Have a great day today and have a good weekend.